Stream elements.
Said Aries Poet is now live. Streaming Overwatch 2, silent but addicted gamer. Watch live esports.
Here we go again. Map 5 twice in a row, and maybe even 3 times, as we do have yet another series that is going to be happening here tonight. And honestly, at this point, I think at the pace that we are going, we're basically going to have to just hand off over to Mitch, who's been hosting the NA broadcast this week.
Straight to NA,
because we might just go shift straight in and get, whatever, 8 consecutive hours of Overwatch League gameplay. At that point, it would actually be a lot more than that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Game 5 coming up. It's going to be Ilios, the decider, here in our second set to see if it's the Valiant or the Chengdu Hunters walking away with their heads held high.
Yeah, and, of course we have to go back to map 5 for this. By the way, we talked about this before, I think I brought it up, but my record for a single broadcast is 14 maps. So let's see if we can break it today. Maybe we go the full distance of 15. We're already 10 out of 15. Talk about the subs first and foremost. Marvel coming for Sashin, Becky coming in for Dia, and we are going to a control map, so Marvel coming in to play the Winston again. Makes a lot of sense. I'll just spoil it now. It's going to be Ilios. So, this all is completely on brand for the side of Valiant. I'm most excited for Becky to go back on the Echo. I think Ilios is a great map for Echo. Yeah. And Becky has been hard carrying on the Echo so far. And I think if the Valiant do beat Hunters today, especially in this map 5, Becky is going to be the reason why. He has been, I think, the linchpin of the damage line of the team so far for the Valiant across the board.
Well, here we go. Lighthouse to start things off. Like you said, the Echo, definitely a good shout on this map. And pretty much every single regard, no matter which rounds we get to see here, Echo is going to have a hell of a lot of valuability. So could just see it the whole way through.
I wonder what game is going to be on the Encore today. Because so far, 2 of the matches are on map 5. Is it? Okay.
I believe so. I was looking at the schedule
If you're watching from the Encore in the future, hello. So basically, Seth, if we go to 15 here, and then the Encore plays, that's like 20 maps in a row, right? With the Encore.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Very true.
So that will just go straight into watch points. So, hello Desk, hello watching Desk. Okay, let's get this map underway. It is going to be the Marvel Winston as expected. Easy Han is going to be on the Sombra, and no Echo for Becky. Oh my goodness, what's going on? To be fair though, Becky Tracer has also been pretty damn good as well, but I dare say his Echo has been his main carry character, at least in this series.
I mean, yeah, considering what we saw on Eichenwald on Dorado, I would have to agree with you. Monk could be taking a nap. Looks like no one's going to be able to really dive in to get him though. Marvel gives it a good old college try. Becky now recalled burned. cop forward. Jinmu avoiding that one, spamming out. Spots Molly.
Oh, that
headshots in, but then gets hacked and Easy Han burns him down. Nisha and Monk now under fire. Becky coming around the flank, trying to get involved, trying to get some kills. He won't be able to claim any for himself, but offers up a hell of a lot of damage. Nearly has that pulse online already at 74%. And that is the Valiant holding firm in the first volley.
And Jimbo's going to go straight over towards the Tracer. Wants to just fight on the ground, match Becky if he can. Becky's already very far ahead. Obviously, Jimbo's going to retain 30% from his Genji gameplay. Valiant, first cap in the lead. Really curious to see what Becky can do with this pulse bomb. Can get a free fight just off the back of it.
He hacked out there for just a brief moment, but Becky gets into the back line. Nisha, the pulse bomb might not have done the trick, but the pulse pistol certainly did. And the rest of the Chengdu Hunters again, hightailing it back towards the dropship, trying to stay alive.
Dies are going to get stuck on the indoors T section there as well. It's okay though, looking towards that grab. So one more reminder here, we don't have Gaga and it still dies, so Chengdu want to close this series out with an off-tank look mob, receives Nano. Becky gets another kill.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was just kind of split off. Becky and Molly going on a bit of a duo mission, find Nisha. Nano out on the dive, trying to get him alive. This will get him in the Graviton Surge online, but can he use it? I mean, he's only got 19 energy, so in all likelihood, no. The kills continue to be found here for the side of the Valiant. Molly, but they managed to find two. Now they find Daisy as well. EMP online from Lee, but it's going to have to be the full incent from the Chengdu Hunters if they want to touch this point.
Or Easy Han will go first rather, so that could be an issue as well. First EMP can really set the stage here. Jimmy, by the way, on an Echo. So Becky's not going to play the Echo, but Jimmy apparently, well, is fresh on the character as well. Lee was already on point. He will engage the touch.
Okay.
So on the lane,
right up the lane.
That's why he's
all the supports. Molly, however, still at distance. Now the counter EMP comes through, and Becky and Easy Han, they play off the back of it beautifully. But EPS annihilated in the side of the Chengdu Hunters. Nisha now Monk dead. Daisy throws the grab in complete and pure desperation. But he is swatted into the corner, dealt with, and 100-0 is the starting point. Chengdu Hunters couldn't do a damn thing on Lighthouse.
Valiant is so clean so far on this map, and generally speaking, the series minus maybe the Coliseum loss here, but Becky carried his way through again. He put Nisha into the dirt. How many fights in a row? I counted at least 2 fights in a row where he first picked Nisha. Whether it's a pulse bomb or not, doesn't matter. Even in the final fight there, FaZe Nisha got the pulse bomb stack. Lee might have dropped the first EMP, catching the double supports there, but Easy Han drops on top of way more members, including Leave. Chengdu lose their damage dealers. Valiant, I think, still at least kept one of the supports alive. I think Molly might have made it the way through, and regardless of that, Becky got the damage done. Becky's been phenomenal. Can they close out Valiant? One more round left to go. Chengdu trying to hold on.
Can we head Becky to the MVP poll? Is it too late?
Maybe Rookie of the Year. Maybe a late entry into Rookie of the Year, I don't know.
Well, quick exit there from Easy Han. Gets out all the gets good. Stays alive. So far, Chengdu Hunters forward posturing. It's looking good as far as the damage is concerned. Becky just disappears. Prime target to be found. Got him. Even so, he's already halfway to a pulse bomb. His damage output is incredible.
Chengdu Hunters will be happy to at least have shut him down so far. There it is. That's the echo we've been waiting for. You said halfway to a pulse bomb. Becky says, I might just shave 20% ult charge off, start fresh onto an echo with 30%, see where we go from there. Despite Monk getting that kill, by the way, Molly still leads on Nano, so that's important for the Valley pushing through. First cap is Hunters.
Some tags going in. Monk trying to snipe him out of the sky. Misha going to be thinking down. Does get Becky. Sleep dart across.
That's a big
hit. Dead. Huge one. Right now, Chengdu Hunters faring far better compared to what we just witnessed. I mean, granted, it was, nigh impossible basically to not do better because they got 0% in the last round. So,
yeah, I would say they're doing about 40% better currently. No, I'll make that 41. As Chengdu Hunters, they will have all ultimates available. Chengdu hacked out, but yeah, he's okay. He's got the bubbles there protecting. We've got Nanoblade online now. Hunters are leading in quite a clear fashion as Valiant do lose first fight, Becky first death. EMP catching 3, Nisha dead.
Yeah, Good opening kill. Monk Dicey still staying alive. There's the counter EMP. Easy Hunt, take it down. There's one-on-one. Monk under so much duress right now. Does find the ball, but not before Jinmu comes up absolutely massive with the blade. There's just nothing that Becky can do here. Did we just go 100% into it? 100% for the Chengdu Hunters to extend this into a third round? Because right now it's looking like
that would be the most Chengdu zone thing ever, but it would also be the most Valiant thing ever as well. You'd think Valiant would ever get an easy, comfortable win? No, never. All their wins come at great cost. If they can get the wins at all. Final fight territory now. Lots of ultimates all online for the Valiant. Grab online for Dicey.
Lobs into the back, finds Molly. Bubbles in from, or trying to keep him alive, unable to do so. Becky with the Doom doing his damnedest, but it's just not quite enough. Does manage to find leave, however. One kill picked up. Dicey still needs to be respected, however.
Becky nearly grabbed
massive amount of energy on him and Marvel. Take it down. He's up the grab, does come through. Becky tries to play up the banger with the beam. He gets one for the sticky bombs, but that's about it. Valiant, they did steal away the point, but now the flip is about to be right back into the hands of the Chengdu Hunters.
And Marvel no primal in that fight. It might have been hacked, I'm not too sure. But the cap comes through, easy on touches. Life has been preserved, that's important. Marvel hacked out, once the primal. Here we go, here it is.
Pops it, but now they can stay in onto the point. No ults now from either side once this primal is over. The Dicey still building a massive amounts of energy. Back up to 100, looks to break down the bubble, tries to push into it. Still under fire as Becky tries to get on top of him with that Tracer. Jinmu going to be the first one to fall down. Nisha going to be taking down the Valiant. They get the reflip back into their control. And this is not yet finished here for the side of the Chengdu Hunters. They have to fight back.
Just too much damage pressure coming through from Valiant. We saw from Dicey's POV there. 100 energy on board, but no bubble, so he couldn't push on forward. He was below half HP for the majority of that fight, and it was too hard to keep him alive. And Dicey couldn't get the damage done. If he had the capability just to walk forward with that 100 energy, he could have carved his way through the Valiant, but Valiant are not going to go down that easily. Valiant are still on board to maybe finish off this map. Not going to be 100-0. 3 ultimates available for Valiant. Waiting for Nano Blade for Chengdu.
The dive, looking for Nisha. Bubble off from Dicey, saves his life. That's crucial because he nearly has that Jinmu ready to go. Blade out from Jinmu, looking for a target. Everybody scattered out by Becky. They got the sleep Molly, take it down. Easy Hunt able to find Dicey after using the EMP, but Lee uses one of his own, and the fight is very much going on the side of the Chengdu Hunters. Lengsa and Easy Hunt, the last member standing. Becky just now respawning. The OT forced out Lengsa well into the back. Nothing that he can do. Ends up falling, but they have gotten the touch. The Valiant, there's a hope. There's a chance.
4v5 back. Nisha still has to be. Watch Dicey, nearly grab his ult. Grab and finish off.
They need to nail these ults. They need to stay alive. The sound barrier used aggressively to go rushing forward. Dicey, low energy, but can still get Molly. The grab, about to be on the line. Support's now gone. Marvel pops that primal, manages to stay alive, gets at the very last moment, but there's just so much damage, and there's no healing, there's no peel, so he will crumble. The OT starts bleeding away. The translocate out attack back in from Becky. Pops the recall. They continue to force it out, but he slipped again. Monk just continues to nail him. 170%, we are going the distance. We'll decide it all.
Good game.
My goodness.
Good game.
Whew. It's not going to be 6 match, but with the extra pauses at the start of the series, I mean, I might as well call it 6 at this point.
Yeah.
Full distance game.
Which pause? The first one? Or the second one?
Take a look at the replay here.
Never mind.
Take a look at the replay.
So we are not prepared.
That was a giant lie, in fact. Fibs have been told.
Look at this screenshot. Wow. Well,
Becky surely starts on an Echo here. This is one of the prime maps for an Echo.
Okay, double TP forward.
That would be strong for them. Tracer again. I don't hate it, but
he has been playing well.
Lengsa has changed up a little bit now, going towards a break. I think he was previously on the Lucio, was he not?
Leaving the back line. Just trying to get on top of the supports. You can see him right there off screen. Gets the hack on a Molly. Jinmu immediately comes diving in. Unable to find that opening kill. Kites back in. Now he's stuck in the corner. Marvel catches him. Jinmu down. Dicey as well in danger of going out. Bubbles to keep him alive for a little bit longer and manages to retreat over towards Monk and Nisha. Marvel continues to push the limits here. Dropping down, Anti be damned, he does not care. Monk eventually does get claimed. Becky finds that killing blow. Oh, it's Nisha to
nice.
boot. That is a huge stagger.
It's a pulse, he has pulse already.
Back in.
Look at
Oh
the
my
damage, he already has a pulse. It's been one fight. A single fight man's got pulse so far, and Chengdu, Nisha slept by the way, losing everybody there. I think they might have had one sneak away, but it was disastrous nonetheless, and it was maximum stagger, because you started to see the original players dead, including Jinmu, respawn as Monk and Nisha died. So in terms of a time buy, Valiant get the best that they can possibly get out of that kill.
Oh no.
Becky's ult build time has to be one of the fastest in the league when it comes to Tracer. I would love to see the leaderboard in that regard, diving out under a heavy amount of grass that he is going to crumble. Marvel finds the kill. Jinmu makes his exit. Becky continues to hunt. He says, you know what? I can build a pulse bomb so rapidly. I'm looking for someone to stick this one to.
Nano's coming up. I can tell you right now, the average time earned for Ultimate is 107. 1 minute 7 seconds is the average time.
It feels a hell of a lot faster than that, to be frank.
Like I said, average, so I mean, like his fast end would be incredible. Monk gets a the easy hunt here.
That takes the EMP out of the equation. Becky slept. Monk continues to be the one guy that can deal with Becky, it would seem. Gets that kill. Marvel trying to knock some people here into the pit instead of just settle for juggling Daisy away from the rest of the squad. Jinmu receiving that bubble. Does manage to go ahead and grab that health pack, but Nisha's going to be taken down. Now the sound barrier out of the equation for the Chengdu Hunters as they desperately look for this flip. It's 90% on the board here for the Son of the Valiant. Molly taking a little bit of damage, will eventually die. Jinmu gives his life for that pick, but lead finds Marvel, so it's a trade-up at the end of the day here for the Chengdu Hunters. And a boost out of the Daisy, the grab, nearly online. The flip needs to come through, and it's there. The very last moments.
This is as close to just securing this entire series as Valiant can possibly be. 99%. They are 1% away from beating the Chengdu Hunters and maybe escaping 7th place. But it's 4 ults from the Chengdu Hunters currently. Looking to snowball their way back into action. EMP on the hunt is leave. What can he find? Nano blade first? No, just the regular blade.
Blade pull.
Passive though.
Yeah, they keep him at distance. And as he dashes in, Easy Hunt strikes him down.
What the hell?
EMP, however, not going to be able to be used. Leaf manages to find him. Easy Hunt now out of the equation to grab, not going to be able to find too much either. EMP catches the rest of the Valiant members. And it's 4, but yeah, because Jinmu is not there. They don't have the damage. They can't follow him.
Jinmu's a ringer now.
Nano now going to be invested, goes over to Marvel, looking for a target. Sound barrier response from Nisha. Just trying to keep everybody alive. Monk searching his way back up to another Nano. And EMP Daisy comes in from Easy Hunt. He's been holding this one for so damn long. He instantly finds 2 kills off the back of it. Asleep from Monk, tries to buy a little bit of time, but it does not last long at all. 4 members now dead. Nisha finding 1. The flip getting ready to come back through for the Valiant. Nisha needs to buy some time, but he himself is at risk. He is spotted. He is noted. He is about to die, and he is dead. DOT bleeds away. I don't know if they can get here. Leave. He does touch in. Translocates out.
Daisy next.
Now re-arriving. The nano from Monk. Going to be necessary.
If not,
Daisy goes slower and lower. They're trying to keep him alive, but Leave gets eliminated here. Looking for the
Nano,
trying to get Daisy down into the pit. Not going to happen. The nano is there on Daisy. Becky holding on to the pulse bomb. Could just end everything in one fell swoop. Monk now gone. Daisy, low HP, dead. Molly finds the kill. And surely the Valiant have done it. Jinmu taken out, the pulse bomb goes in, Nisha is eliminated, and they have done it here after all. 3 rounds of Ilios, 5 maps played. The LA Valiant will once again take out the Chengdu Hunters.
And the LA Valiant so far this entire season have only 5 wins. Make it number 6. Get another one on the board. They are only 1 point away from catching the Guangzhou Charge now, from escaping the depths of 7th place, where they would be automatically eliminated from all play-ins and playoffs contention. The LA Valiant live another day, keeping their heads above water. But I gotta say, they're currently thriving in this meta. They look like one of the better teams, and maybe even, dare I say, one of the best teams in the East in this particular meta in the Countdown Cup. If there is a chance, if there is any chance in hell for the LA Valiant to get some real distance, it's happening right now in this month, in this stage. And I gotta say, you have to be a little bit worried if you are the Charge. I mean, this result is in some ways equally good and bad for the Charge. It does mean that Chengdu Hunters are kept at bay, allowing the Charge to maybe catch up and overtake the Hunters, but it also means that the Valiant are catching up to the Charge, so it's really not that positive for them. But one team it's amazing for is the LA Valiant, and Becky, you already knew what was going to happen. He's the player of the match.
Yeah, I mean, this one is so clear-cut. Everybody on the side of the Valiant playing impressively here today, but Becky was a cut above the rest. And several cuts above the Chengdu Hunters. Whether it was the Tracer, whether it was the Echo, he just looked impeccable. And he has been looking insane this whole way throughout. I mean, honestly, was kind of shocked seeing him, have his debut in the Valiant of the Sky. This kid is actually so damn impressive, and he is just putting up solid figures.
I think in the early stage of the year, it was a bit slow going for everybody in the Valiant, Becky included. We look over towards the Summer Showdown meta. I think that was probably some of the worst results for the Valiant, and generally speaking, not a great space for either the Tracer or the Echo to be played. And sure, Becky's Genji was part of it. That's been probably one of his weaker heroes, but I'm glad that in this particular meta right now in the Countdown Cup, he gets to play his two solid picks, the Tracer and the Echo. He showed just how good his Tracer could be versus the Seoul Dynasty, currently the best team in the region. And now, some of the stats we're seeing here for Becky's Echo, now he mainly played it on, I think it's kind of like 2 maps here. Specifically, the one map that I kind of go back to that I talk about is the Eichenwalde map, where he got 16,407 damage, 38% of his entire team's damage on that entire map, basically playing Echo alone. So he farmed up more than half of these stats basically on that single map, and Becky really showed what he was capable of. I think if you combined his entire stats from across all 5 maps, it would balloon to something insane.
Just nutty performance from Becky, and big congratulations to the Valiant, who just seemingly have the Chengdu Hunters number. A 6th series win now for them, now 6-15 overall. What a performance. I mean, you can see the elation on everybody's faces there while they were able to finally close out that series. It's been a very rocky season, but it feels good, because while last year the Valiant were kind of the villains, the team that no one wanted to see succeed. It was, will they get the win? Who's the team that's going to drop a series to the Valiant? Nobody did. This year, they're a team full of players that people want to cheer for, that look wholesome, that we know are wholesome, because you got Dia there, of course. And it's just such a great turnaround here for these guys. I love seeing them succeed. Chengdu Hunters, unfortunately, just drifting down the standings a little bit more, very much keeping themselves at risk, which is not what is desired whatsoever. For the Valiant, maybe that miracle run into the play-ins is still possible. We'll have to just wait and see. We're going to go to a quick little break. When we come back, myself and Admiral, I'm sure we have plenty more to talk about as far as this series is concerned. So we'll chat a little bit here about the Valiant versus Chengdu, and then we'll get ready for our 3rd and final series of the evening. That's right, we're not done. There's one more ready to go. We're going for 15 maps tonight. That's the goal. We'll see if we can get there when we come back to the break.
See you on the break.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Upper Deck, the official trading card of the Overwatch League. And by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League.
Wait around coverage continues for 36 seconds, and usually they will recap everything, the players, things like that, the maps, new maps.
Ares. Said hi all. Ares. Said lovely to see you guys here. Ares. Said grin grin grin.
welcome back. Sorry, I had to make sure I wasn't muted. But here we are. Time for our game break after our second series of the evening. That's right. Bottom of your screen is telling the truth. The Valiant, they close out the series over the Chengdu Hunters 3-2. This time, though, not a reverse sweep. But, Albert, I have a conspiracy theory because looking back on last week when they were able to beat the Fusion 3-2 as well, you know who was missing, much like he's missing today? Taezande. And I think that there is correlation.
I thought about the same as No Hill. I'm like, oh, come on, you don't have to do that. But and it's kind of weird. You know,
that too, I guess.
out of Summer Showdown, they actually lost a coach, and somehow that's. I'm not saying the two things are correlated, but coincidentally, they are doing quite well this particular meta. I kind of relate this to more of them just having a greater grasp of a dive meta where they can play traces. Even a Sombra, which has been a bit of a look for this team that I didn't expect. Playing a lot more Marvel, especially on the Winston, has helped out a lot. Compared to the Jungle Queen meta, where nothing against Dia, I think Dia was individually a good Jungle Queen, but as a team, I don't think that was a good meta for the Valiant, right? They didn't really have, I think, the team chops to really get that Jungle Queen sort of composition underway with the double lane supports, whereas things just look so much better on dive metas. They got most of their wins from, for example, I think they got 1 in KC, 2 mid-season, 1 in Summer Showdown, 1 now. So that's the 6 total they have. And 1 in 5 was, I think 1 in 5 is what they got on both KC and also Summer Showdown. So 2 stages, not amazing for them. And the Valiant now is only 1 point away from catching the Guangzhou
Charge, who, by the way, have to play Seoul Dynasty next. I mean, that's going to be a rough game. And we'll talk about that very soon, but currently you're feeling reasonable for the Valley, especially when you look at the rest of the schedule ahead. You have the Hangzhou Spark, which look very beatable, especially for a team like the Valley. I think that's a great matchup for them. Beyond that, Guangzhou Charge versus Valley is probably going to be the most important game of the season for Valley, because that will most likely decide who gets to be in 6th place, who is going to drop down to 7th. I mean, that's your entire season riding on a single match. That is assuming that Valiant can catch Guangzhou by beating the Hangzhou Spark and be at an even record with Guangzhou. Also assume that if Guangzhou Charge lose to the Seoul Dynasty, which is again going to be a really rough match again for them. But you might recall last year's Valiant potential villains. I would have said like, well, if they're villains, they're more like a Hellscream, you know, type where it's kind of like, you know, they're not Megatron, so it's like they kind of like the one you pity slightly. Starscream, I said Hellscream, I meant Starscream.
Hellscream is a WoW character.
That's right, that's what I confused it with. Maybe you pity Hellscream a little bit. No, I think you pity Starscream a little bit. You're like, oh, they're like the comic relief villain. Like, I don't know if they're really a villain. You're like, can I get bullied a little bit by Megatron? But now, like, they're a real force to be reckoned with. So, look forward to see what they do in the future.
And they are. But one of the other teams that have stepped up, who recently obviously was having very, very rough times, was the Guangzhou Charge, and now they are in their own right a bit of a force to be reckoned with. They're going to be going up against the top dogs, however, in the Seoul Dynasty, and that's coming up next. So we'll see, can we get to 15 maps? Can we break Avril, and I think by some extension as well, my record for how many maps we've casted today, and almost certainly my record? We'll have to wait and find out. It's going to be coming up in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere, guys. Our final series of the evening kicks off in just a bit.
Two minutes plus.
this evening. Third and final series now on the horizon as the Seoul Dynasty get ready to go up against the Guangzhou Charge. Guangzhou have been looking great in this meta, as pretty much every team, I guess we could say. Obviously, there's been some dips, Shanghai Dragons, etc., but they made up for it today versus Spark. But here we go. Guangzhou Charge have been on the up and up. Dynasty still maintaining dominance at the top of the standings. The question is, Guangzhou Charge, can they hold a candle to the Dynasty? We saw the Valiant, the first week out, have a very close 0-3 loss at the hands of the Dynasty. So maybe Guangzhou Charge can do something a little bit similar, if not better.
Let's take a look at the Seoul Dynasty here, because as much as we talk about Guangzhou Charge being reasonable in this meta, the top team, the best team in this meta so far that we've seen in the Eastern Division is the Seoul Dynasty, without a doubt here, having only dropped a single map their entire run through the Countdown Cup. That was to the Chengdu Hunters, who actually just lost to the LA Valiant. So despite all of that, Seoul Dynasty, they have beat both squads. 3-0 versus Valiant, 3-1 versus Chengdu, 3-0 versus Shanghai. Our Charge going to be the second team to maybe take a map off them, or maybe challenge them for an actual victory here, because as we sort of already described in great detail, the Guangzhou Charge need to keep their head above where the LA Valiant are. So LA Valiant are now only 1 point behind them. If the Charge win this series, it will be extremely hard for the Valiant to catch them, given that Valiant would also then have to beat Shanghai as well. And despite Shanghai's struggles, right, you can never really count them out. So for Guangzhou Charge, I think beating Seoul Dynasty almost secures them a lead above the Valiant that will be somewhat insurmountable. Even if they then lose to the Valiant next week, Charge still have that safety net. But if they don't beat the Seoul Dynasty, they don't have that safety net anymore, which is going to be very difficult for them. So it is going to be, I think, the most challenging game without a doubt for the Guangzhou Charge at this particular stage.
We'll certainly have to agree. The standings all point that way. The eye test as well, very much going to be pointing in that direction. We'll see how they fare. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting five for the Guangzhou Charge to see what they do have prepared for us. See if we got piggyback in. We do.
Nutrition team partner.
I wouldn't really suspect that they'd change anything here.
Jimmy Choi-Shihun Piggy.
They haven't actually
That's cute.
touched the Sombra. This is one of the more
Seniors,
teams that have
far away
kind of locked
1980s.
into
Oh, that's
very
really
specific
far away.
and particular style.
Okay.
I would describe the Seoul Dynasty as having played a little bit more in terms of flexibility around different types of picks, especially when you have Smurf, right? He is kind of the linchpin of the flexibility of the team, whereas Piggy mostly just known for
Piggy.
his
Hi,
offense.
Piggy.
Sort of like a tiny bit of
Piggy.
Piggy Winston, but I wouldn't really say it's one of his specialties. Piggy has already taken down Boyd, and now he's got Smurf on the list as well, so he's trying to make his way up, like the Bride and Kill build. And I gotta say, if there's a final boss in the tank position, it's gotta be Smurf. He really is the build of that list right at the bottom. So Piggy's got his work cut out for him if he wants to take down the king so far.
Yeah, I mean, Smurf has just been really settling it kind of in stone that he is just the best in the world right now when it comes down to the tank position. No matter which way you slice it, the guy can play pretty much everything. So Piggy definitely has his work cut out for him in that regard. But we'll see how they fare as we do get ready to kick off this game and also see where we're going to be heading.
Of a stat line as well, just real quickly as well. There is currently let me just double check the count, 7-match win streak for Seoul Dynasty versus the Charge. The last time the Charge beat the Seoul Dynasty was in the 2020 season, week 26. I don't actually know. That was August the 1st. I don't know if you will remember what stage that was, but it's a damn long time ago. It was a 3-1 victory. Of the 7 matches that the Seoul Dynasty have beaten the Guangzhou Charge, 6 of them are 3-0s. The only time that the Seoul Dynasty did not 3-0 the Charge was last year, 2021, week 12. That was July 4th. It was a 3-2. So Charge really pushed Seoul to the limit there, but otherwise, clean 3-0s across the board. 6 out of the last 7 wins versus the Charge of the 3-0s.
Well, let's see if they can break that streak. Let's see if they can break the streak as we get ready to go into game. See here, it's going to be Oasis to start things off for this series. Move into Paraiso once more. Circuit Royale, Coliseo, Nepal, etc., etc.
Circuit could be a really interesting one. I think that's a very off-tank dominated kind of map, and so that would be one where I expect Piggy to maybe get one over Smurf if there is going to be one at all. Now there's a guarantee map that we're going to be playing as well. So here we have Solvno dropped a map to go on to Charge. The Season 9 sort of maps. So we talk about like, you know, getting one up. If Charge even win their map versus Seoul Dynasty, that is already a monumental improvement to how Charge have performed versus Dynasty so far this season. But as a caveat, this is the first time that Charge have played Seoul with Piggy. That's an important
True.
element.
Can Piggy be the difference maker? We are about to find out as the gates unlock. It's just going to be that Zarya v Zarya battle coming through, and see who is going to be able to draw first blood and get the upper hand nice and early.
And it's Smurf having needed to learn Zarya for Overwatch 2 versus Piggy, having played Zarya his entire professional career. Smurf has been able to get wins across the board over plenty of off-tanks in the past. Wants to add Piggy to the list and see how it goes. Jimmy actually is going to be playing the Sombra, by the way. Up against Fitz, Jimmy is mostly playing the Sojin, today putting the Sojin away.
And him taking a nasty chunk there. Fitz dropping down off the high ground. Just get top back up. As they want shifting over to the mid ground. Scouting out is so far neutral fighting, still continuing. No one getting the lockdown to the point quite just yet. First one is hacked out. There's no follow-up damage on the back of that one. Then Aim skirts out around the corner, keeps himself alive. So far, HP bars, or rather the Young Charge, is looking a little bit better for the side of the Dynasty. Both staying ahead of Journey isn't far away. Yeah,
the EMP
63%.
He's going so far ahead of Jimmy in terms of that old charge. Pressured out by Piggy. Really put the damage, and Choi hacked out again.
Grabs
online. Piggy's built out so fast.
Monstrous, and Smurf is instantly felled off the back of that one. Fitz and Prophet now both going to die, and Piggy is here to play. The team wipe as they look to finish. Benheim not going to be able to survive. Choi Say-Won cleans up the supports in the back into the fight. Man, what a monstrous build there from Piggy.
I can tell you right now that Piggy is doing 50% of his entire team's damage, double Smurf damage, and at the point he dropped the grab, the stat line that I saw, 17,000 damage per 10. That's obviously dropped now, but the peak of the damage output for Piggy was at 17,000. Ridiculous output from Piggy in that first fight.
Absolutely bonkers figures that he's putting up. Let's see if it carries on. EMP goes in, Piggy will hit the floor. Eris getting the killing blow. Choi Se-Won, however, fights back. It's a Punisher on a Fitz, taking him down. Now the blade being pulled from Choi Se-Won. Slices through, Smurf going to be taken out. Now it's just the supports left standing. Eris will get a sleep dart here on Choi Se-Won, but that's about it. Now he gives his life up. Guangzhou Charge continue to hold the point. Now ticking up past 50%.
Nanoblade comes on through. Soul, double support ultimates online, which got used. Seoul Dynasty still yet to be able to really win a fight here, despite Fitz dropping in the EMP. 57% accounting for Guangzhou Charge in terms of their lead. Nanoblade about to be online for Eris and Prophet.
Needed to find value.
Spotted Jimmy.
Okay.
Dip it out. Ruined there.
Good little spoil there. Okay. It's got to get pulled. Prophet immediately going to be zoned back a bit. Trying to get on top of Farway, but he's not going to be able to do so. Has to go ahead and resheath this one. Gets hacked immediately and is taken down. Good kills as the DPS 2 gets eliminated. Now Eris as well falling. Choi Se-Won fights a second, helps set up for the third. And right now, the Dynasty struggling to hold a candle.
No sound barrier, nothing.
Guangzhou is...
Smurf in the point of the grab there as well. Ends up just being nothing. Okay, well, Vindame and Smurf will be holding their ultimates for the next round apparently. Seoul Dynasty, a failed Nanoblade. No further follow-up from Seoul Dynasty. When you notice the Nanoblade is failing, you have to further commit to that fight. You are already heavily committed. You've already committed to ultimates. At that point, Seoul has to put in everything. If you're gonna put the chips on the table, and it's the last hand, you're gonna go all in. Seoul Dynasty did not go all in there, and the Guangzhou Charge, they get rid of the Prophet Blade, and the rest of Seoul Dynasty falter. What a scoreline. Charge, domination on the opening round, City Center. Unreal.
Absolutely brutal. Now we turn our sights over to Guard, see if they can complete the map, or if Dynasty will be able to find some footing. For now, they certainly have their work cut out for them. TP4 and Prophet swaps to the Genji. As we get ready to make battle, Jimmy working his way into the back lines, trying to find an opening where Iggy is just right up close and personal. And Iggy goes out in the 2 hour, but Spark is able to scoop kills here on his supports. Iggy ends up going down shortly thereafter. It was a good start with the initial kill on the Fitz, but the rest of the team crumbling. So it looks like the Seoul Dynasty finally going to get a taste of the point.
I'll tell you what though, Fitz gave up his life, but he got the hack on the Xerneas that started the dive. So when I say dive, they're playing Zari here. Obviously, it started the fight for the Seoul Dynasty. Smurf walks up, goes on top of Xerneas. Era somehow lands a beautiful double barrier on the back line, and that allows Smurf to get the double kill as we saw. So now Seoul Dynasty get the start. However, Piggy still ahead in the old charge despite losing the fight. Has fired out.
Melted. Yep, Gazanti just clearly didn't have a bubble for himself, so he counts a 5, and Choice One continues to just dash through for these kills, picks up 3 in the fight.
Gosh.
Fourth, almost gets the 5th.
I gotta
Near
say,
ace
Piggy got
for in a neutral
team
fight.
Piggy leads in damage, but here's a crazy stat line for you. Choice One's final blows is unbelievable. Not only is he only player on double digits, he's on 14 final blows. The next highest is Jimmy on 3. 3 is the next highest.
Oh my god. Okay. Quite the showing here so far. As Smurf desperately trying to get some energy for himself.
Of course, if anyone we
too much there.
just dies straight away, that always happens.
Yeah, you know. It's the curse. It's the way that it goes. Choice One does get taken down far away, joining him in the grave. Piggy as well, under a bit of pressure, just trying to build up towards that grab. 20% left to go, as Xerneas not going to be allowed to escape. A fairly fast flip back to the favor here of the Seoul Dynasty. Will be able to retake the lead, and Fitz is very much starting to come online.
Yeah, absolutely. Since we're heading towards Seoul Dynasty's tempo of ultimates coming online, most of them about to be all 5. Nanoblade should be online slightly early for the charge, but a lot of that you credit to Choice One's damage up on it kills so far. It's about 11% ahead of Profit, but that can make the big difference here. Seoul Dynasty will find it difficult to keep up with that. I think it will come down to Fitz shutting it down, EMP, manual hack, stopping Choi from getting his gameplay done.
Fitz
Double
looking
grabs
around.
online soon as well.
Fitz.
EMP, they're ready. Fitz dodges in between the bullets. Fine. Swift, where's the follow-up? We're not seeing it yet. All right, does get Choice One. The support's left to live another day. Maybe even try to close up this the rest of this fight should they commit in. Far away, still getting tagged up. 5 volts about to be online for the side of the Guangzhou charge. Nano Boost goes out. Smurf. Not the recipient, it's actually going to be Profit with the blade. Piggy goes off the side of the map. Profit will find Xerneas. It's a little bit more, but they're already too far up towards the spawn.
That to me is an overcommit. When I said commit more, I was expecting the grab, not the full mana, but that's
they
just
must get the
charge because
point.
of the tenacity on the point, but by the way, now 5 ultimates.
Just
Seoul
do it,
Dynasty
do it,
felt ready to
90%,
play with ultimates there. I just didn't agree
92.
with exactly which ultimates they used. Now charge can walk in with 5. They'll probably end up spending at least 3, I suppose. Smurf grabs first. Xerneas hacked.
Oh my God.
The point, he denies the touch. And then Jimmy's just a little bit too late,
my
dropping
God.
down the background. What a play.
That's
Smurf
gone. That's gone.
saves them from having to play on the rest of this, and now takes us into a third and final round.
That was a 5 ultimate push from the Guangzhou charge. Guangzhou
Shut up by
destined
one
to
grab.
win that fight. Exactly. And beyond that as well, I dare say, even if the grab didn't shut them out, and Jimmy did get the touch, it was a hack into a sleep on Xerneas. They knew he had a separate. Take a look again. Who's that? Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy's on his side. Does that not count as a touch? Was he just barely too late?
I think
He
he
must have
just
barely
missed
too
it.
late.
Yeah, it was damn close, but no cigar. Now we go into university to see who's walking
Tell
away
you
with
what.
map 1.
Seoul is an entire team right now at 14 final blows. They finally caught up to Choi One. Choi is also on the 15, so Choi has got the entire Seoul Dynasty just on his own currently.
The not so fun facts for the Dynasty fans. But they're keeping their heads above the water, taking it the distance, not going down without a fight. Choi One skirmishing right up close and personal here with Profit. Went low, doesn't dive, and Jimmy certainly does. Got hacks, able to finish him off, and yeah, Farway is going low. Choi One goes up and fits, however. Finds that kill, now he's looking for Profit. Deflect, deflect, the healing is there, Profit safe for now. Point locked down, Dynasty in control, but they've emptied out, Piggy beams him down.
One healer died.
They're still
Okay, the
fighting
other
this one
party
out.
Anna died as well.
Farway.
Just
A bit of
left.
an exchange,
Oh
but it is the
no!
Guangzhou charge who's drained up,
2
especially
healers
now that
gone.
he's dead. Profit goes out
Okay,
as well.
usually
So
healers
very
gone,
fast,
that's it.
only 10% locked in for the Dynasty.
Did you see through the
20%?
thickness of Piggy's beam there versus Smurfs? He just had
Oh,
far higher
Piggy's
charge
really,
fight,
really
pushing forward, full confidence, still getting kills
aggressive.
here.
Oh,
93 to
no.
Smurfs,
Bits
57.
just
That's a
died.
ton of damage from Piggy. getting another grab almost in a single point. That's
Piggy, aggressive
ridiculous.
Piggy.
So, Guangzhou Charge now taking command. That is still 10% going the way of Seoul Dynasty, so Charge missing out on that. Nano online for Aeris, so we trade the grab for the Nano. What does Aeris do with this one? No Nano play for Profit. Might have to just go on Smith. Might actually have to go to somebody that gets caught by Biggie.
Grab, invested, big catch here from the side of the Guangzhou Charge. Profit will turn around for both the supports. Can they play off of that? Looks like the answer's going to be yes, because Profit continues to excel. Yet another kill. The flip there.
Wow.
Dynasty back in control.
Profit saves the
This
day.
is just
That was double support back by Morty, by the way. I was saying, like, you know, look, Aeris might just pop the Nano onto somebody that gets caught by the grab, but what happens if he gets caught by the grab? So that was a difficult situation. He Nano's Profit. Profit doesn't have the Nano now, but gets the plate anyway.
into the back line. They're not going to connect the sound barrier. Just get thrown out.
What's
Now
that?
the counter play here from Tuesday. One left, however. He gets woken up.
Oh, yes.
The grab gives the catch. They keep him at an arm's distance. But Profit actually dives back in. He was trying to go for the execute. Tuesday one ends up slicing him. Now Smurf is going to go out. Nice. They couldn't just throw the grab, bought some space, and tried it back. But no, they committed to the rest of the fight. They cost them dearly.
I think that was a mistake for sure. Profit got the green. Some blood in his eyes. I think he was trying to make the hero play happen as well. But in terms of holding back and just waiting patiently, Fitz was so close to EMP. He was on about 98, 99. Vindane about 2% off as well. They both have the ultimates now, but they only came online as Sol were losing that fight. Overclock from Jimmy.
Overclock, or rather the EMP. Oh my god, losing my mind. EMP from Fitz. Help try to turn the tides of things. Both the supports now take it down. Jimmy does get a nice little rail shot there onto Profit, but Fitz will find
So is going to take that.
Flip is coming back once more to the side of the Dynasty. Jose Juan taken out, tries to escape, cannot do so.
Oh my god, 77%.
77%.
Oh, okay, they got
Set
it
up here
back.
on the
They
point
got
for
it
Guangzhou Charge.
back.
Dynasty getting ready to crest 50%.
This is a very low charge area for the Charge slot. They need to be really. That wasn't even on purpose, but yeah, they really need to get some of those ultimates back online because currently Sol just leading one Sol. If they play this one really slowly, Sol can sort of force this one to go above 70, above 80 even, and Charge can't really do anything about it. They'll just try and push it slowly versus Piggy trying to farm some energy. His best there. Heavy grabs on both sides.
Smurf. Yep, so damn close. Piggy. Quite a bit of damage with both his Arias. Very much under fire. Nano going out first. This is on the Profit. Sound barrier out for Benham. Clips the other four members. Fitz not
just go
proceeding.
down.
Piggy. Take it down.
Piggy
Profit.
down.
She can find three. He's still looking for four.
gone.
Xerneas locked in place by the grab.
I really like to play Zoma
That
because
might just
probably
be the
just
map
don't know
stolen
how to
away.
play her.
Profit
Anyhow,
continuing to
Genji's
just
so
do wonders with this
great.
Genji
I mean,
pick. Somebody's got to
I
touch.
didn't
No
really
one can
learn
do it.
Genji. Probably I should learn, but
Yeah.
it's not to be a
To the map.
noob.
77% set up for the charge.
Yes.
But the Seoul Dynasty, after struggling on City Center, answered back in a big way, and a lot of it had to do with Profit on that Genji.
And look, I don't know if it's theft necessarily, but if we're going to go by that narrative, it's daylight robbery because Profit looked armed and dangerous. He received the Nano coming through from Aeris. He gets solo grabbed by Piggy. It's not enough. The deflect is available. And instead of backing out, this time, you know, it's the other side of the coin, right? Last time he overcommitted, should have probably backed out. This time he's like, nope, flip that same coin again. It goes heads. He destroys Piggy and gets the rest of the charge down.
He
That's
destroys
MVP
Piggy. Oh god.
nominee for 2022 Profit coming in big.
And Profit's the kind of, you're talking about daylight robbery, he's the kind of bank robber who walks in,
He just a little
shoots the
bit.
teller, and then demands the money.
Just a little bit
He
exhausted.
just shoots first, ask questions later, see if it works out. Did once, but every other time, he was just, I don't even know. He was rolling 20s, I guess. We're going to go for a D&D reference. Like, good lord. Profit just carrying them over the line in that map. And that hopefully sets the stage the way that this first map of Oasis played out. Hopefully that sets the stage for this entire series throughout. Because, like we said, we're aiming for 15 maps. That's just one out of the way. That ISO is going to be coming up next as we shift over into Hybrid. We'll see if the Guangzhou Charge can level up a bit more. Be able to pick up a map win there to tie the series. So don't go anywhere, guys. That map is coming up in just a few.
There you go. Highlights for Profit. Oops. Oh, die, Piggy. Die, Piggy.
we are back. An incredible first map all the way through 3 rounds of Oasis, but it is the Soul Dynasty who are able to come out victorious. And man, again, I can't sing the praises for Prophet any louder than I am right now. Just impeccable performance from him on that Genji. Let's see if he can continue that trend though, or if the Guangzhou Charge are going to be able to fire back as we get ready to go into hybrid.
They were so close from the Charge as well. I mean, they took control of City Center rapidly. They looked like the far better team, at least to begin with. And the longer the map went, the better the Seoul Dynasty got. And unfortunately for the Charge, close is still not good enough. They still have not taken a map off of the Seoul Dynasty. And here's a wild fact for you. Just to put it into a different perspective, it has now been 455 days since the last time Charge took a map of a Dynasty. That's map, not series, a map.
Well, a pretty damning statistic, but this is definitely a new dawn, a new day for the side of the Guangzhou Charge, looking very much reinvigorated in the current meta. So we'll see if today can be the day that they turn things around and finally manage to find that map win that we know they so desperately want, as well as the series win, if they can go ahead and extrapolate further after that.
July 4th, 2021, 2 maps they got versus Seoul Dynasty. Might have won their independence, but couldn't beat Seoul. Still a 3-2 victory for the Seoul Dynasty. As you can see, remind a 7-match win record.
7-match.
So we need to put our user now. And see if it changes. No substitutions, obviously.
Loveless.
Got a Smurf play though, that's a question.
I'm gonna guess Winston.
A good pick for A. I think again we have to kind of address the sort of pocket strategies for the Seoul Dynasty on this map. Previously we had Fitz playing with Tracer on the attack. Sombra probably fits the bill a little bit better now. Prophet has some options. I think both Genji and Echo are right up there. The one sort of lineup that I don't think Seoul are going to be very capable of playing is the Sojin Sombra combo. Now, we haven't seen Prophet play much of either Sojin or Sombra so far, so it's not really something we expect him to play through. So there's going to be the Genji and Sombra look to Smurf on towards the Zarya, so no Winston to start through. Very confident in Zarya today. I think I would have to say Piggy has had the edge slightly so far in the series, but that's only one map. Still plenty of time for Smurf to prove that he is top dog.
I mean, he was the one to grab him off the point to be able to take that round.
That's true.
Started,
that's true. He did win a round just by making a play. That's pretty impressive. And that
impressed Q and they won. So you know that's it's clearly best Zarya in the lobby. But no, Piggy is already surging past him at 20% up towards that grab. Fitz picked off first and foremost. So
that is also has a greater impact than simply a play dying, because it means that Fitz can't set up. He has to reset up again in terms of his angles and his scouting, all of that. Right, it's a little bit annoying for Fitz. It's more annoying for Fitz than anybody else dying.
Okay, Smurf is still full.
Okay, Fitz comes back in, finds a bit of revenge.
The other side, Genji's gone. Genji's gone. Oh, Prophet is like half-life.
Oh
no, Smurf. Oh no.
Spamming out those right clicks.
No, don't die.
Supports making their exit, shifting back over
Charge back out.
walkway.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pulling
get
away.
High ground. Seoul have high ground control now. This is really big for Seoul. Piggy's still leading 74 to 56. It's a lot of ball judgment. Dicey grab. Xerneas has to live.
Prophet. Yeah, nice little hack there on a Prophet. When everyone comes to the rescue, manages to find that kill. Sleep Dart not going to connect, but without Prophet, Dynasty widely need to slow up the advance. So they pull back for now.
Kill, by the way, that's a really important kill to Prophet because he nearly has the blade. He's about 12-ish% ahead of choice of 1, and had he not died, there would have been more progress built towards Blade, and Seoul Dynasty would have had the early nano play Smurf caught.
Yeah. Grab.
No.
Smurf, staying alive.
Okay. Whenever
charging forward.
healers died, and the
I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but somehow he goes down. And Smurf just, again, just seemingly single-handedly turns the tide. Just does not die while he's caught in the grab. Little tag in here from Jimmy. Buys a fraction of a second off the time pay.
Prophet. No.
It's a nano as well. It's a nano from Ares. Just picking the heals and the damage. Who, by the way, we saw from Smurf's POV. High 90s, about 100 charge. Can you imagine 100 charge Zarya with the nano on top? That's insane. That is the kind of damage output that Smurf had that in the particular fight. Vindame actually also got caught in the same grab Smurf was in. Vindame gets melted immediately. Smurf has a lot more to say about it to get his revenge. Jimmy runs past Fitz, but doesn't get revealed.
jump in the back there for a brief moment. EMP's online
Piggy
for both
though.
the squads.
Smurf is good.
Let's see who's
no.
going to be able to pull the trigger first and also play off the
Pink
back of the
Smurf.
EMP. Looks like Jimmy's going to be going for it. If he does, throws it out,
No.
manages to find two.
Oh.
Then him and Smurf both getting clipped
she's
by
gone.
it. It's going to be Jimmy who's
man.
taking out first. Smurf answers back with the kill.
Jimmy not in.
Still high energy. Piggy retreating while hacked. Spamming out
Look
right
at the
clicks
solo
desperately. I mean,
They're
yeah.
winning these fights, they have 4 ultimates on board, they don't even have to use anything.
Oh.
Choi
Here's
hacked out
gonna
now.
get that
Oh
rapidly.
my gosh.
It's going to be
They
fine.
just
Pretty
got
damn
stuck
soon. Choice they want.
out of entrance.
Almost eliminated.
Oh.
Piggy as well taking a beating. Just can't really push
Nearly
his head
capped.
out around this corner.
They have to be played, they have to be played.
Grab is going to be committed here. The beat comes in from Xerxes. The Smurf still just goes
Really
straight through the
aggressive.
sound barrier shielding. Finds the
Beats
kill. Choice
aggressive,
they want down
aggressive.
after.
Oh,
They look for
Prophet.
the cleanup.
No.
That's a
Jimmy
free
will manage
cap.
to make his escape for now, but yeah, the cap, it just pushes through. Smurf is continuing to find kills, find value, and build up for another great grab. He's about to lap Piggy. He's at 34%.
Charge are invisible on this defense. They're entirely invisible on this B-point defense. Jimmy pops an
Ooh,
EMP.
fits this
Smurf
now
doesn't
really
care.
fits.
Piggy grabs Smurf, doesn't care. Sound barrier from Xerneas, Smurf doesn't care. Once again, by the way, Choi didn't get the sound barrier. I said they needed a big play. Don't know where Choi was, but he was not in range to receive the sound barrier and couldn't go
Oh
for the
my
play. Now the
god.
EMP.
You just,
EMP
I
out,
guess they're
Piggy gonna be able
focusing
to survive
times
here.
now. Oh god.
Well, I think everybody
okay.
should. It's actually going to be Jimmy
Anna's
finding here.
gone.
Nice kill. Fitz jumps back. It's going to be a good amount of space spot here for the side of the Guangzhou charge. Nothing to posture forward, get up onto the cart. There's Piggy. Has stretched the lead a little bit more over Smurf, making sure that he does not get overtaken. Prophet, however, going to be diving into the back. Slash is there, far away, dead. Piggy dead on the front lines while his attention is split. Just like that, needs one kill and something too flashy, and it's enough to get themselves right back in onto the cart.
Still Mano play though. This is really now contentious. Soul have to play up against potentially EMP in about, yeah, there's going to be EMP now. EMP grab and now to play 3 major tools online for the charge. That's about all they really need. They don't have the defensive sound barrier, but they might not need it. Vin Dame has to survive against all 3 ultimates. Choi hacked out first.
Sleep Dart not going. Oh, no, actually just find Piggy. Just lock him down, but Prophet is dead. So EMP goes out, 1 kill found.
Oh,
Just like that, Guangzhou charge. The pendulum swings into their side of the field. Now in control.
One of the first resets that we've seen as well onto Soul Dynasty, but even then, look how quickly Soul walked back in. Smurf! Oh, he's just walking it, Jimmy!
And there we go. They're trying to keep him alive once more. This time the sound barrier helps keep him in the fight. He finds Xerneas, so they want to take him down. Piggy will eventually get rid of Smurf with his own little nano boost there, but far away anti-Prophet gets into the back line, finds that kill. And Piggy is just trying to retreat. The bubble comes up, but yeah, he will fall. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining for the Soul Dynasty as they start pushing again. Smurf going to be coming back on the
Choi
duplex.
played. That, by the way, that death was Smurf. That's his first one so far on the map. He hadn't died before that. That was his
Good
first
Lord.
death. Choice
Getting
of one
a
now
touch.
needs to save the day.
1.67 meters.
nice.
Oh, the EMP comes in. He does get the pull the blade out. He's up onto the high ground, dives in, gets 1 slash across there onto Benham, but does not lead to a kill. Xerneas hacked. 1.67 meters left to go. The Dynasty playing back. They give some space over it. Know that they still have time to work with.
Nano blade as
Now,
well.
nearly up, and the blade
Turns away.
on the way.
Yep. Xerneas so it has a sound barrier. That's very important. Xerneas needs to be checked in. Fitz will have to get that hack. Prophet needs to dive into Xerneas first.
Piggy just disappears. Prophet takes him out before the blade was even pulled. Sound barrier from Xerneas to try and buy some time.
dude.
There is no time to be bought here. They are fresh out of stock. Soul
Round
Dynasty
one
gets
complete.
slowed up a
Oh,
little bit
gosh.
on the final stretch, but it's still a minute and a half as they finish the map.
Wow, what a push from the Soul Dynasty.
Awesome
Across
push.
the board.
Mm-hmm.
The pocketing onto Smurf, the attention from Charge trying to take him down. Smurf
That's
was
why
like a
support
rainbow
so
on that push.
from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Take a look at Xerneas' POV here. Okay, so the sound barrier goes down. Smurf blocked it. Smurf blocked the sound barrier. Oh my god!
All right. I know Prophet looked really great in the first map, and he looks pretty good in this one, but I'm thinking that it's going to be a Smurf player of the match. Good Lord. This is the second time that we've seen him do this season, at least that I can think of. Because we had one where a Smurf body blocked.
If I had a nickel for every time, I'd have 2, but that's still 2 more than I thought I would have. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
I
2022
can remember it.
MVP nominee Smurf, by the way.
I don't
Just
remember
gotta put it out
which
there.
team it was. I don't remember which team it was against. It very well could have been the Charge. but I remember it, Lijiang Tower, Night Market, out in front of the point, out in the open, statue side, Smurf, popping a bubble, body blocking, a sound barrier
Okay, let's
shield,
see.
all the way
Fitz is
back in what the
playing
first
new
stage
hero.
of this
New hero,
season.
Yes.
So he's done it twice.
I gotta say, between that and the solo grab, but the team grab and stop charge from touching, I mean, he's definitely the smartest player on the field. He's definitely the most intelligent tank we have in this matchup, regardless of everything else.
5-man bio.
5-man bio. That'll give Harris a nice 14% bump on the ult charge. You take those.
Just want to make him shiver in fear, you know? Smurf does come back over here on the Winston, however. He's sticking to the Zarya. And Smurf already finds a kill. Zarya's taken out. Choice one will get Profit, however. It's Anti. Drops back down. Waits to be able to grab the health pack in the corner. Or just get some healing.
Let's see how the rest of this defense goes now that Smurf is not on to a Zarya. He has a far more active hero in terms of navigating both high and low ground and also committing dives. Fitz, by the way, well, he's dead now, so I was going to say he's on Sojourn.
It's that much more difficult for him to bail out his teammates, though. So
Soul needs to... They have to back out and wait for Fitz now. They have to give up ground.
Yeah. Jumping to the other side. Point starting to be occupied. Long shot charge. Likely going to gain at least one tick for free.
Could be two even.
Smurf comes in. He keeps it contested. He denies the first one from going away. Takes quite a bit of damage. Shortly
Look at Iris. Look at Iris.
Yeah, Iris desperately tries to get to him to heal him. Does end up falling. Far away. Going to be on the trade, but now Finhaim is out of the fight. It's going to be all four supports taken off the field. Choice one pushing forward. Misses the dash in there onto Fitz. Still stays alive, but has no HP to work with. Profit recalls. Goes on the hunt, try to spy check a little bit here, but now 2.5 minutes remaining, no ticks gained.
I am so super surprised. The Soul Dynasty have been able to hold on. And now Iris has the nano available. Can go into Smurf. Probably will go into Smurf at this point. The fact that Soul have held on is incredible. Charge now come up to ultimates. EMP nano play. Here's the nano play now.
Okay, play it out, dives in to Stairwell, finds Iris. Zernius again, traded Fitz, finds that kill. Far away dead. The supports are gone. Choice one can get punished. He gets one kill, but his backline is left completely exposed. He gets torn asunder by Profit.
Yeah.
And they just go ahead and win the fight out once more.
Which, by the way, that was with Smurf sleeping. Smurf during Primal slept out. Profit had to get that done on his own. Maybe a bit of help from Fitz, but Mojo Charge certainly didn't get enough help there. Jimmy now trying to set up for his EMP to see him on towards that left side, invisible, but is scouting for his team. Where does this even go? I mean, if you don't catch Vinda, even if you do catch Vinda, the rally can come through here. Vinda might even just pre-rally this fight. Feels pressured, by the way, less than 130 now. Fits the target.
Okay, EMP out from Jimmy. Choice one, picking up 2 quick kills. Profits. The Profits duo, I should say. Both going to be taken down. Zernius falls as well. Smurf and the supports try to stay alive. He still, he gets them. Now they're dead. It's just the supports left standing towards the point here for the Dynasty.
They can back out.
They're going to have to give something up. Profit's back.
I think they give up a tick here. Profit's going to touch, but he might die for this. This is not worth Profit dying.
He gets a recall. He stays alive. Sound barrier now going to be popped. Zernius dropping the beat. Trying to get them in this one. Fitz. He lines him up. They're trying to get in on top of him in this grab, but Piggy just dies. They just did to them. 40 seconds remaining, and they haven't gotten a single tick, Emerald.
Oh my god,
This is gross.
Goodness.
The Guangzhou Charge have no think on this map at all. What started out as such a good oasis, especially in City Centre, now it's just completely gone. Soul taking charge, it doesn't matter what comp they play. The Smurf Winston or the Zarya, the dive or the semi-broad. Choi trying to come back and he's nearly dead, he might just die.
Oh boy. He's alive.
Might just die.
He's almost got it. 16%, it needs to be the difference maker here. Every other ult is just too damn far away. Nano,
Iris,
up for Iris. Smurf, likely to build a primal unless he gets blown up. Somebody's got to touch. Piggy drops down, gets it ready for the dive immediately into the backline. Pulls the blade, finds Iris, but Zernius is far away. Once more are dead. Finhaim taking out the fight. Smurf,
just Smurf and
Profit. The two try to turn it. The dash through, the primal pop. Piggy push off the point. The bubble taking him low. Profit still stuck there. Looks to find the kill. It's gonna be Smurf claims it. Now they dive back in. One tick. Wrapped up. Smurf hacked. Tries to drop the bubble. Ends up dying.
He died.
He gets used. Profit is dead. It seems like the Guangzhou charge at the very last second might just make this work. Dash away. Fitz makes his exit. continues to play forward, but surely he has to just back out. Yeah, the cap is going to be there, so that 2.5 minutes of time bank. It's not done
they
well,
just
but
got
it's also
it for the
not
last
looking
minute.
good for the charge.
I gotta say, if Prophet and Smurf, the two MVP nominees of this team, held it together, just 2 players versus the world,
Just give him a Jordan
I would
Award.
have flipped this. I don't know. I just give them both the MVP. I don't know. Just make it.
Yeah. Screw everybody else. They deserve it.
But yeah, they'll go down. Fitz is barely just slightly off the timing right. He comes in, but unfortunately both the players fall. Charge will, in the final few seconds, have to get that cap over the line. They still have to finish the map. There's no way Charge can match this 129 time bank. They just got to finish with any time at all.
Yep. And even if they do, if it's an overtime, and they just play.
Okay, 75 miles going on. Oh no, stop the
pulse
payload.
bomb at the ready. Fitz spotted for a moment, but nope, doesn't get the reveal. He dive in, and look at the Piggy, try to take him down. Piggy actually does manage to stay alive. Pulse bomb, slap down on the floor, and eventually he does crumble, but it's going to be at the cost of Smurf as well, so they trade him out. The tank's now down.
Payload is
however,
stuck
Oh,
at the top edge.
82,
Even though
92 against 82
don't have the capability
miles.
to push on forward, they will wait for the nanoblade. Nanoblade's available. Here we go.
He's
What
immediately
Went.
slept. What a shot from Eris. Shuts it down completely.
Wow.
Because just doesn't get to play the game.
Oh. Okay.
This team is
He's been
unbelievable.
protected.
Choice, ability to get
Trying to
frags
kill.
in.
Trying to kill
Far way
Smurf.
down.
Our way down, Nano on a Smurf. Choice A1, sliver of HP up on the
Sergius is
rooftop.
just holding B.
Just trying to stay alive. Yeah. Sergius just.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh well, too bad.
Ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, what's going on here? There's been multiple fights where I feel like this could have been in play, but we'll be holding this one for
95. Oh my
further
God,
longer as we
92
head into
against
final
95.
fight territory. Here, 30 seconds left to play through. EMP sound barrier versus Primal Rally. The EMP is easy enough to get in there. Choi could die here, gotta be careful.
He's just
Cleared off.
oh
Smurf
my God,
barely
he's
making
about
it
to
out of the
die.
fight. Prophet, the casualty. Skip out. 12 seconds remaining. Riley now expiring from Viname. The ult's expended on either side, but the
Soul have the
EMP
space
nearly
to
there
back
for
out.
Fitz.
They have the space to back out away from Prophet. He'll come back now. Got 5
Get
again.
back the payload.
Surrender a bit. Fitz, Prophet, the ult's nearly there. Choice A1, Pat showing low, dashes up into the sky.
He died.
Down and helps kill off Smurf. That's going to be a big opening for him.
Oh, Prophet, no.
Holding on to this ult, waiting for his opportunity.
It's just near the end. It's really,
left to go.
really
Sees
near.
Choice A1 wants to go in for the killing blow. The cart, however, unoccupied. They get the cap.
Oh.
Choice A1 finishes them off in the end. Now it's another minute and a half. Like you said, they cannot match. In all likelihood, they cannot finish with time in the bank. But finish is a finish,
Which
with an
means
attempt
draw
at a
only.
draw.
Well, that's the thing is, Soul
Okay,
have over
and
1
now
minute
it's push.
charge. If they don't cap with time, this is not going to be a winnable map anymore. They can still draw, but that's not a comfortable place to be. They have the ultimate Nanoblade coming online. Grav to follow through as well. Smurf dying in that last fight on B definitely hurt them a lot there because you don't have a player to contest the payload as Prophet's going for the dive of the plunge Choi. Good stick though.
Far away, dead. Denies the Nanoblade for now. Xerneas falling. Buys even more time. Every single stagger that is found from here on out is just tens of seconds bought.
This is very painful for Charge. The reason why is not only because of the time loss, but this is time buy for Soul where they can build ultimates, right? We're waiting for the Smurf Primal. Had Charge been able to get a dive off there in an actual push with their ultimates, there's no way Smurf builds that ultimate. Now he's on 80%, now he's almost guaranteed. He probably receives a nano as well. That will confirm it.
Okay, dives in. Iris immediately taken out. Finds Viname as well. Support's now gone. Prophet dead as well. 3 quick kills with Choice A1. Smurf's gonna fall.
No.
Some space opened up. They can now start pushing forward.
Okay, this
fight.
time is like they're pushing
A quick reset from
very
Soul.
well.
They saved ultimates. They burned the 2 from the Guangzhou charge. Now it's Grav
Bang.
versus Nano Primal EMP. Fitz will get that as well.
Overtime.
Soul know they have the space to play through. They're willing to sacrifice some fights to get a better
Oh my
one
God,
on
it's
this
just
final
coming
defense now.
out.
Sound barrier from Xerneas could also be massive here. Nano out goes to Smurf.
So
He's
he's
jumping into the
power
back.
up.
Primal now at the ready.
Just better do something about
Prophet
it.
dead.
Oh,
Xerneas of all people finds the kill.
overtime.
Beat now held. Choice A1 receives the ball from Piggy, who's going to be kicking
Oh,
out.
okay, they got
Smurf
just
dead.
hacked.
He doesn't get to use the Primal.
That is so sad.
Now the rest of the squad needs to buy some time. The EMP
So
comes
now
across,
they got
manages to find
hacked,
both.
but
The ball is not going to
not
be there.
really too
Everybody
much.
will stay alive, and the sound barrier even still held. grab at the ready. Gets thrown in,
Oh,
instantly evaporated. And with that dash away, they cannot touch. This is going to an extra inning. The Guangzhou Charge now have an opportunity to force a draw.
Oh, that's too bad.
That was an impressive comeback by the Guangzhou Charge. They've actually kept that hold. Super impressive indeed.
Yes.
Like you said, 129 now for Sol to get 1 tick. Look, it's not a lot of time, but it is only 1 tick. However, A is super defensible. We've seen many teams, actually led by the Sol Dynasty in fact, full hold on A. In 4 minutes, teams might not be able to get the tick. So 130, 129, I don't necessarily know that this is going to be enough. Second look at this Era sleep again. Well, Choi, boom, instantly gone. Disgusting shot. And the boom away as well, by the way. I don't know if we called that initially, but also the Vindame whip shot just to push Choi a little bit further back. Gotta say though, I think for Sol Dynasty, they probably could have already cleaned this map up. I think it would be disappointing for Sol to draw when they could have actually just won this map. They sacrificed 1 fight to the choice of 1 far away Nano, but that's acceptable. But the second fight beyond that, they failed to commit a dive. Nano into Smurf, Prophet dies early somehow to Xerneas. Prophet and Smurf did not link up properly there. I did not see them actually link up together on a specific dive target. Prophet seems to just been focused down. Smurf failed to find any other targets afterwards. And as Smurf went down, Fitz goes for the EMP play, but no follow-up because Smurf is dead. So, series of unfortunate events there for the Sol Dynasty on the defense, and credit to the Guangzhou Charge for staying composed to lock out the map.
Alright, quick pop shot from Prophet. Just looking for an easy kill. Not going to get one. Goes straight back over to the Genji now. As the assault begins. Not a ton of time here. Try to get
Might only
things
see
done.
1 ultimate. 1 or 2 ultimates at best, yes. That's the amount of time we're working with.
Piggy, isolated, antied out. Far away gets in there, tries to save him. Stuck in the corner for now.
Healing for
Energy. Yeah, the energy not that high here from Smurf yet. Needs to wait on these bubbles to
Saw
come
the
back up.
Byron defensively. Here we go. Choi again.
Oh, Piggy body blocking stops him from getting out of the window, but now he dies. Choice A1, however, still managed to mind Prophet. And him going to be taken down. Point occupied. Smurf continuing to play forward. Iris is here, backing him up. Jimmy dead, and somehow it's just going to be Iris and Smurf winning it all.
What a sleep!
Oh my goodness.
What is that POV from Iris? What was that POV? He just keeps Smurf alive, kills Xerneas, and then sleeps far away from across the map. He only sees he sees a couple of pixels of far away, and he sleeps far away from across the map. And Smurf is just there, doing a helicopter with his left click, because he's got nothing left to do but solo cap. Oh my god, Sol Dynasty. Wow.
Sometimes it feels like the Dynasty, the things that they do just should be legal in the game. They get away with so much. They have so many clutch moments.
They're just that good. They are that guy. He is
unbelievable. I mean, unfortunately for the Guangzhou Charge, even if they had been able to take that, have that draw, it would not count as a victory. So the record would still be against them. But now, it just looks worse and worse. The Sol Dynasty, they now move up 2-0, and perhaps the 5 maps could be off the board. Dynasty are looking to save us as we go closer and closer to midnight on my end of the board, closer to 1 a.m. for Avril here. We'll see if we can get there. We'll see if the Guangzhou Charge can rally back and try to pull off a reverse sweep. But first, we have to take a break. After that, it's going to be Circuit Royale, so don't go anywhere.
That Zarya moment is iconic. in deadlock. George. High side. Free color TV. Still downloading the pre-release content. Left about 17.30 gig. And we're watching live Overwatch League 2020 season. Countdown Cup qualifiers, week 22, day 2. Oh, it's just only day 2, so I did not miss that much. The East.
And we are back 2-0 lead at the moment here for the side of the Dynasty. Guangzhou Charge fighting tooth and nail. They make it to the end of the map. They're playing for a draw there on Pet ISO, but they cannot make it happen. Dynasty, they clutch. It's just what they do. It's in their nature. It's in their blood. They clutch. Time and time again. Iris and Smurf bringing them across the finish line. They get that single tick, and now they have match point.
Oh gosh.
I have an extra little bit of a tidbit here. I did some maths behind the scenes during the break.
Okay.
And I worked out one interesting result that could occur from this match. It's not just about Soul and Charge in terms of results here. Obviously, we're talking about the Valiant as well, trying to catch up to Charge, right? But the other team I missed out talking about is Chengdu Hunters. Now, they lead 2 points ahead of the Charge. If Charge lose this match versus Soul, which currently is looking quite likely, Charge only have 2 more matches left to play through for the rest of the stage, and thereby can only earn a total of 2 more. Actually, am I lying? No, they can earn. Actually, I might be lying. They can earn 3.
Have I botched all of the mathematics?
Yes, it's entirely your fault. Now, we can just work that out a little bit more. So, okay, they can still actually get a better for Chengdu, but there's a world where, you know, this really will slow them down. Chengdu can basically get locked in. What I'm trying to get towards is Chengdu get basically locked in for play-ins as the Charge actually start losing, because the total amount of points they get starts diminishing quite quickly. So they still have Soul left to play through here, and then Philly, Valiant, and also the Hangzhou Spark. So, yeah, I guess they can still get 3 points. That would put them at 10. Hunters are currently at 9. So if Hunters lose every game from here on out, they can slip below the Charge. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, Charge, this is so far not looking amazing for either trying to catch up to Chengdu or stay away from the Valiant.
Yeah. Well, Guangzhou Charge, again, as stated, need a reverse sweep. We saw one earlier today. We've had 10 maps so far, or 12 maps so far this evening. Let's see if we can go the distance. They need to start, it needs to begin on Circuit Royale, which is going to be coming up next. So we'll see if they're going to be able to really pull that one off. Because it has been close. We've seen some incredible performances here so far, just in this series alone from the Charge members. Choice A1 has been putting up some great figures. Piggy, I mean, especially at the beginning in that first map, getting kind of the upper hand over Smurf, which I don't think Smurf was too happy about, as we saw him just completely take over the game in that second map. But I'd like to see what happens moving into Escort.
You want to get an update on where the Piggy versus Smurf battle has gone. Smurf on Paraíso, after kind of losing to Piggy stats-wise on Oasis. What do we have here? 34 elims Smurf, 16 final blows Smurf, to Piggy's 16 elims and 3 final blows. Bit of a gulf. To be fair, a lot of that comes down to team support, and also just generally if your team is winning or losing. Bizarre is a very streaky kind of hero as well, where you can snowball quite effectively. If you're never dying, you constantly have energy, it's different to someone that's dying a lot and never having energy. As a reminder, Smurf didn't die at all on the entire attacking side of Paraíso until they got to the C point, and Piggy finally got him. That was the first death for Smurf, that entire opening attack. So he kept that charge going for some time. 14,046 damage for Smurf on Paraíso, 11,247 for Piggy, which, to be really clear and throw a bone to Piggy here, that's still pretty good for a team that was losing.
Oh,
but
sure.
Smurf absolutely put up the numbers. Smurf absolutely put up the big boy numbers on that map.
It's just incredible. I'm excited to see more of it here, and also, for Piggy to maybe be able to answer back as we go into Circuit Royale. Pressure's certainly mounting here for the side of the Guangzhou Charge, and I mean, how many days did you say it was again since they've taken a map off?
455.
There you go. Glad you still have that stat locked and loaded in the back of your brain. Well,
just the random things I remember.
Can today be the day that it gets
I'll keep a flowing count of that in my mind. It's like as a party trick, like, hey, do you know how many days it's been since the Charge have taken a map of the Salt Dynasty? Just gotta bring that up every now and then at a part.
That's your wonder wall. Anyway,
let's take a look at what we have on board. So I kind of said early on, when we got towards, we looked at the map schedule, map set. I saw the circle was on board. I'm like, well, that's got to be the map that Piggy shows up on, right? This is definitely the map that Piggy should get one over Smurf. I mentioned that Sigma was likely to see a bit of a look at. A lot of teams have actually ignored Sigma, especially this week. I think last week we saw a bit more Sigma. This week we're not really seeing a lot of Sigma anymore. It's been mostly Zarya. Piggy's got to bring it back, as well as the Jimmy's Widowmaker. So I think part of the reason is why is Piggy's best hero is Sigma, and Jimmy's one of his best heroes, top 2, is Widowmaker. So this makes a lot of sense.
All right. Up over the top there for a brief moment. Prophet just inching around the corner, spots Piggy out. Smurf taking quite a beating, just playing around the farm.
Look at Fitz. Fitz has the angle. He's just chilling behind this Piggy last I saw. Not too sure where he went now, but he was right next to Jimmy behind Piggy, so he could still be setting up. Oh, there he is.
Trying to spot him out. Okay, there you go.
Got Piggy, he had Piggy.
And he's so very low. The barrier comes up, and healing starts getting pumped out, so we'll go ahead and stay alive. There's one in the meantime, 80% towards that pulse bomb. Getting ready to rock here pretty damn soon.
No treasure getter? Not too sure about that.
Evidently not.
Too deep as well.
The small Smurf still finding a kill in the corner.
Playing Widowmaker is really hard if you're not overly skilled.
Still alive. Yeah, taken out. Prophet's in the back line. Looking to deal with Jimmy, and he does so. And that is a push.
You know what, as a Genji, I guess I just don't play Widowmaker at all.
From his friends, it's going to be him taking the killing blow at the end of it all, but what a breakthrough here.
Bad spawns. Look at bad spawns.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of members stuck inside the garage right now. Smurf in your face. At least Prophet will get traded here, but Vin Dame's getting into the mix as well. They want more. They want blood. They want Jimmy.
And they are having all of it. Taking down Smurf, claiming the last 2. Twisted one just dashing around in Smurf space, but he's not too bothered by him.
Meanwhile, the payload, solo pushing.
Yeah, just trucking along here, steady as ever.
And Look at the soul with Nanoblade time. Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah, that's going to be the Immortality Field taken down.
This is
Both
awesome.
supports just hugging
Awesome.
fear.
I mean, I'm not against it. It's
Go ahead
awesome.
and clean up 3. Towards they won, the only one left standing at the end of that little skirmish. And man,
Oops.
just brutality. The team
killed.
kill as they will just continue to push completely unhindered.
And it's not like Charge don't have options. You know, they have 3 ultimates coming on through. I think they put a lot of, defense into that Immortality Field. They thought the Immortality Field might save them, but in fact it does not. Trance available.
Okay.
Get far away, hold them for now.
Got a contested EMP off the back end. He falling low. The Transcendent's there from far away. Keeps him alive. Bomb is dead.
Almost died.
Fitz down low. Sound barrier does come through from Vidham. Catches all 4 remaining members. Brutality Field quickly dealt with it. Xerxes died shortly thereafter. Picking with a bunch of full supplies too. Cart just 3.14 meters left away. He needs to stay alive. Tries to predict the movements of Fitz with that accretion, but instead now is going to be slapped. Still is quite low. Jimmy as well. Can't really afford to hang around. They swing around the corner. The DPS duo on the side of the Dynasty. Clean up the rest. There's the cap. Just over 4.5 minutes after the final stretch.
Yeah.
Iris must have flagged. I'm not surprised that Piggy got sent there. You saw as well. Piggy had the shield up. Piggy was playing behind the shield. I have no idea how Iris hit that. Either found a toe or found the angle, but that really cost Piggy his life and cost Charge the defensive B as well. I think they will maybe faltering on B regardless, but would have liked to have held on a bit longer. Piggy nearly saved the day with a double kill on the Flux indeed, as Seoul Dynasty now start making their way through C, fairly unimpeded for now. The other issue with Charge on the Sigma comp is that it is fairly passive. They need to set up these angles and force Dynasty off. Piggy's kind of like he's back. I thought he was abandoning this angle. He is back.
Slide forward. Fitz makes his exit before the rail shot can come through. Smurf's just lobbing in some shots, trying to keep them out of that window.
They need to overclock sooner rather than later.
He's still just holding on to it.
A lot of waiting.
They're trying to attack the tank.
Okay, there's the pop. He's looking for Prophet. The bubble comes in. Vidham. Don't. Nice shot from Jimmy. Opens it up. Catches Prophet climbing up the wall.
Just fun.
And then chase forward should be good here for the rest of the charge.
What happened next?
Smurf kind of juking out on that accretion. Does actually manage to stay alive a little bit longer and maybe can make it out.
Yeah, he's got a bubble.
He's got Vidham to back him up. So
wait a minute, Cap.
Fitz.
Fitz
Oh my
around.
goodness. Runs it 3.5 meters away.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say, I start hearing that music just start vamping. The sting comes in. I'm just boy, here we go.
That could have been tricky. That could have been disastrous for the Guangzhou Charge. That could have been a 3-minute plus time back for the Seoul Dynasty as well. We still have an EMP to play through, plus Nanoblade about to come online. Iris, 28% off from that. Prophet far less. EMP on Piggy dead.
Yeah, EMP out. Piggy on the floor. Should be called by as well, but does get to keep his life a little bit longer. Blade now at the ready. Iris catching up.
Oh my!
But he just gets destroyed.
Jeez.
Okay. What a shutdown. Farway's probably saying like, damn, I wish I knew that was going to happen. I would have saved this Transcendence. Either way, still invested. Smurf trying to grab high energy, but it's just too much pressure being applied. So the Nano, a bit of a whiff, can't get the grab up. Vidham's going to die eventually. It's going to be 2:15 now remaining for the side of the Dynasty. Guangzhou Charge
We need Lucio back.
whittling away at the slide bank.
Look, I'm in two minds about that Prophet Blade, because on one hand, I'm like, he could have probably waited for the Nano Ray. He wouldn't have been one shot by that rail, but on the other hand, the trance was there anyway, so he forced the trance. You can't consider it to be a one-to-one trade. Not at the cost of Prophet's life, so it's a very difficult situation for Seoul to be in. I would have probably preferred Prophet alive, so I'm going to say that Nano Blade should have been the call there. Prophet did get impatient. He gets rocked here, but he'll be okay. A lot of ults for the charge.
He saw some opening that we clearly did not. Or maybe he thought he saw an opening that just wasn't there.
Well, Jimmy closed the opening pretty damn quick.
Yeah, he slammed the door right on his toes. Jimmy now, another overclock, nearly ready to go. Turning us under a bit of pressure. Flux coming through. Gets the catch here on Harrison. It's not going to be any saving him. Rail shot can seal the kill away from Piggy. But now they can just go ahead and continue to push forward. Choice they want, the only casualty thus far. It's a massive trade up. All the same for the Guangzhou Charge.
Yeah. Cheap win. Single Flux to come on through. Solo Flux onto a solo member. And the Charge retain 3 ultimates. Down to a
Left
minute now. Remember, Seoul
56
Dynasty had 3 minutes left when Fitz was back at them. We're
Left
talking about a 3-minute time
push
back
it
there. Had
back.
he successfully back up. Not that we expected him to. Obviously, Charge were going to come back and stop him. We've gone from that now to 45 seconds. Final EMP into grab, playing hard for the Seoul Dynasty to push up every time they get reset because they have to retake ground that they previously had. So you see this pool area? They've had and lost this area for like 3 times in a row now. Oh, and the grab's eaten. Oh my god.
Oh boy, I haven't seen a kinetic grab take away a grab in quite some time, but there you go. If there's one way to fully secure this hole here on point C, that's
it's on
definitely a good
top.
look.
I can't see
Robin,
it.
however, finds boards, finds Piggy, and now he's got a blade. Drops down, goes on the chain, pops to the flag. Smurf gonna be able to take that kill away. Profit going massive here in the last few moments. The cart now once again pushing to the side of the dynasty, and have they managed it again? How they pulled out the clutch?
Just
Jimmy
do
Farway,
it.
look at
Just do
Farway,
it.
the winner
Just
makes
do
it. They want dead. No, Jimmy swaps it out again over to the main. As you mentioned, Farway with the transcendence makes his way through. Nicky wasn't even tied out, but he couldn't finish him in time.
Really good
They hit
finish.
the other side.
Oh.
Does end up getting picked. Jose want to be coming back through this time on the cast into the EMP. Cleaning
Piggy
up
on.
here. Piggy and Jimmy both going to be taken down. Profit
Gone.
dead. It's
Dead,
finds choice
dead.
they want. It's
Anasi
just
is dead.
the
It's just-
supports left. And Xerneas will fall.
Oh.
Smurf holds on. Of course he does. With just the smallest, minute amount of health.
Oh, yes.
And they will be able to complete this map. But damn, what an effort for the Guangzhou Charge
Ouch.
to make it happen in OT.
I gotta say that EMP was clutch as well from Fitz. It catches all the right members, and I think, well, maybe it's obvious that he would because Charge have to be on the point right, but Piggy nearly had the flux. He was about 4 or 5% off. Jimmy was on the May as well, by the way. He dies in a 1.75 second silent time, which means he can't ice block. Let's take a look at that 4K,
Yeah.
3 or 4K from Profit. This is, by the way,
It was
unusual.
four, yeah.
He didn't have blade. He's just going for it. He's just simply moving in and carving up the Charge on his lonesome. Well, not on his lonesome, but no blade is what I'm trying to say. He had his team there, but
Yeah.
didn't have to blade. Just ran up. Just ran it up.
Just another incredible little pop-off there from the GOAT himself. Just blessing our eyeballs with some of these performances. Grant, you know, some head scratchers as well. The blade that instantly got shut down. Definitely not a great look, but heavily outweighed by the strong performances that have been shown.
That's just Genji gameplay, I think.
Very
Sometimes you go nutty mode, and sometimes you get one shot by something randomly. Or in this case, maybe not randomly, but Jimmy doing some big work. Speaking of big work done, I think for Charge,
Oh my god. Far away
good
spray.
silver lining is they actually dropped it down to the OT.
Oops.
All right.
Expect that as Charge maintained this Sigma double flexible play. Batman's in, Jimmy on the rails this time. He doesn't spawn through as the point pick. He wants to be Sojin, and okay, that's a big fire name from Eris.
Yeah, Xerneas dead. Profit does get traded. Far away out of the mix. Piggy slept. Should get cleaned up here. As, yep, he'll wake up and actually ends up finishing himself off with the left click.
That's still a win for Charge. Because Dynasty dropped too many members here. Because of that, they have to back out. They simply cannot stay. Now,
Choice still
it is
looking
not
smart.
common. Teams, he should die. Surely Smurf dies here. There you go.
Okay.
Teams typically do not spawn hold here in Countdown Cup meta with even a Zarya composition. Maybe on a Ryan you would, certainly on a Jungle Queen comp doing Summer Shoda, but now you don't do this kind of thing. This is kind of why. It's only like a half success. Yeah, you'll spawn camp, you'll get a good nade, you'll rush it, you'll get some kills, but you're going to lose half your team doing it, and eventually, if you lose players, the attacking team who are being spawn camp, they get out of spawn.
Alright, pushing up. Fitz getting himself around the back, goes for the hack, can't quite nail it. Contest comes through, Fitz has to translocate out. Pulse, good pressure being applied by Choice They Want. Like you said, the Pulse is ready. He sees a lot of people clustered up along that left side wall. Oh, that is good trigger discipline on those blinks and not just go charging forward, try to get that stick. Here is in the meantime, eliminated.
Oh,
There's
wow.
the stick. Smurf's got the bubble. Burns the second one, just to keep himself alive, but after that, there's just nothing else to keep him in this fight. Guangzhou Charge stormed their way onto point A, just shy of 5 minutes in the time bank.
It's still a pretty weird pulse as well, because even if you just blow up the bubble, you instantly delete the bubble, right, which allows you to get the kill. Should be further stagger kills here. Eris got the bad spawn. He knew he was done for. Now Seoul Dynasty have to wait for the extra member, which allows Piggy to start pushing on through. This is good momentum. This is also, by the way, snowballing that is enabled by the failed spawn hold from Seoul Dynasty. Again, I don't think they should have gone for that. And they're still feeling the effects of that punishment. Flux will be very important in the next fight. Smurf has to be careful with his bubble usage. He needs to have bubbles available to save people in the Flux.
Lurking around, spy
God,
checked
that's-
immediately.
Oh, he's lucky to be alive.
Farway almost just assassinates him. There's the Flux, picks up two. The bubble trying to buy some time. Piggy gonna be EMP'd.
EMP cancelled.
So he doesn't slot them back down. Mortality field dealt with. Kills still not found. Grab, lobbed in, gets the catch on the two. Xerneas being one of them. Prophet finds the kill. Piggy also dealt with. Certainly slows things up for now. Still a good amount of distance and a great amount of time left in the tank. But
hang on.
Turnaround is coming through. Jimmy finds one far away with another. Iris does take down the enemy Zen. Choice A1 falling low. Just managed to keep himself healthy in the end with a recall. Right clicks. It's really starting to hurt.
That's like 100 damage right click. I don't think it's quite that high, but it was looked about that to me. Choice 1 just getting entirely destroyed by it. Smurf makes up for his prior eat and grab. The slam will connect beautifully. If Prophet wants another flight win for
there
himself.
it goes again. Two quick kills. Tries to pressure out Piggy. Takes him to about half far away. Well, give us left for the kill. Choice A1. Answering back again. Piggy gone. That should be it. The pulse bomb goes wide.
Choi?
Not sure about that one.
They already lost the fight. That's he's just throwing an ultimate here. And he's not changing, so he just kind of dumped it in for no particular gain. Had he even got the stuck, I'm not too sure it would have been really that worth. In either case, we're back to a full 5v5 here. Ults ran out, except for Eris on the Nano. That's going to be a great tempo Nano that can come on through. Delay a lot of time here. 2:35 left for the Guangzhou charge with no tools. They have to just kind of clear this one dry if they can.
Nano at the ready. EMP nearly there for Fitz. Looking for the hack. They find it. It's going to go into Xerneas. The anti layered in. Both supports taken down. Off the back of the Nano Genji. Just going in for the eco push here. 21 HP remaining. Trying to take it out of Jimmy, but eventually the nade catches him. Prophet not fully realizing that it was there, but Vinheim will go ahead and slurp himself a second kill.
That's a cool 1v1 there. Credit Jimmy for winning it, and then Vinheim coming in for the third party. But it's still just time being burned, and we talked about this. This is just, they can just play a Nano as a full tempo ultimate that charge can do very little about because it was so far behind. And as we start to look towards more ults, I mean, yeah, Piggy can flux, but remember, Piggy had his last flux cancelled by Fitz's EMP, so that could happen again.
Oh,
okay, Fitz is spotted.
They suss him out. The skirmishing continues. The time bank continues to dwindle.
Brav's
Minute 30. Sound barrier for Vinheim about to be up. Oh, nasty shot. Catches Vinheim in the chest. It's not the kill they were looking for.
Does Fitz wait or does he go? Choi goes
Both
first.
out. Nothing.
Fitz. Okay, EMP. Now's the EMP. Cancel.
No, they're gonna wait. The call comes in. I think they say that everything's fine. Now he goes for it. Transcendence, however, does still come through far away. Thinking not receiving that healing until just now. Grab in the back line. And there's the anti laid on top of the window, going to be wasted by Xerneas. Throws it in desperation. They completely find nothing for it. Three members still flying around the point, however, or the card, I should say. Prophet just pushing in, looking for far away, dashes down, Vinheim again, takes the kill. And this might just be it. Looks like Guangzhou Charge can rally back for another miracle push like we saw from them on Pet ISL to get to the end of the map. But any more staggers from here on out is just catastrophe.
I mean, even if they get to the end of the map, they have to cap at 130. As a reminder, Seoul had over 3 minutes to work through on C. Guangzhou has got nothing. And now we're looking at Nanoblade as well. That was a great line of play coming through because it's the EMP, which I don't know if it canceled the flux, but certainly didn't do anything for Piggy. Vinheim, the card, the boost, okay.
Card is being pushed right now. They realize this, but they gotta get there in time. They can't. Oh, they got it. They got it.
My
They
God.
back capped it. Twice they won, just back capped the card.
Wow. I think Dynasty go for a spawn camp here. I think they got it. Assert dominance.
You sure as hell might as well.
That was incredible. Yeah, I mean, look, Fitz nearly back capped on C, but Choi actually got one.
He pulled it off. Where Fitz failed. Prophet just diving in there.
Just trying to get his running at charge here.
Possibly can. Yeah, I mean, they say, you know what? If we win the fight, we win the fight. Otherwise, let's just dive in, get as much ult charge as we can. go for the
I don't
reset,
think,
I suppose.
I don't think Smurf expected to just get one shot there by far away, just get volleyed. So, well, you lose your
Why
tag,
would
Soul
you?
already committed, you kind of have to kind of go in. So, unfortunately, there's 2 spawn camps failed there. It really is not the Jungle Queen meta anymore, is it? So Dynasty trying to take control of the outside pool area, at least this kind of outside balcony area. Have to be careful that they'll get rocked off. At least there's no Lucio or Brig that can push them off.
Dive into the back, they're looking for the Cassidy. Immortality killed is there from Xerneas. Quick on the reaction. Fitz taken down far away. Nice shots, gets the kill. The flex from Piggy helps him pick up 3.
But they
There's the team kill. There's the card. Continuing to advance, and we might not be done with this map just yet, Avril.
I can't believe it. That would be
Fitz
crazy.
goes in, he gets the touch, but somebody else needs to double up. There they go. Sound barrier, escorting them forward. Piggy gonna be taking a nap. Now gets woken up. The transcept's gonna be expiring here in just a moment. Smurf, pressured out. Gets absolutely bodied. 1.72 meters left to go. Prophet dead, far away. Safely just charging out inside of that Immortality field. And yep, it's gonna be a double OT push from both squads. As the Guangzhou charge will be able to finish this map, it's going to take them a little bit of extra time. Smurf jumps in, but here we go. A minute apiece. Let's see what in the hell happens.
I gotta say, the similarities, the parallels to Paraíso are just uncanny. Soul Dynasty, they're dominating, and then boom, charge cap. Huh? Excuse me, what? When it happens, this time it's different. It's a different case, so we're not looking at. Okay, first of all, let's check the replay. This was nano play. This was just before the back cap. So here we go, and watch the cap right now. The cap is currently being back cap this entire time as nano play came through. So Choi, basically, I mean, on some level, this is Choi's mindset. I think he accepted that his team was about to lose that fight regardless because the nano played, and he's just like, if I could just be sneaky though, I'm gonna get this. And that is one of the most ridiculous miracle backcaps I've ever seen. The only one that comes to mind that I really remember was the Soon backcap. I can't remember who he did against. Was Soon or Barney B? You remember that one?
I believe so. I think there was also, I want to say, was it Arhan? I'm delving deep here. Apex Season 1, I seem to remember Arhan having one on Watchpoint Gibraltar years and years ago. And I think it was overtime. They made it just to the top of the ramp towards point A, and then I believe he backcapped it. I might be mixing that up with who actually did it, but I remember that Afrika Blue was involved.
I'm gonna say one more thing here. The sort of consequences of that backcap for the Soul Dynasty are far-reaching because now they're at risk of losing this map. We're 1 minute apiece for both teams. It's a reset. It's incredibly even. Anything can happen now.
Very true, including a draw.
Wow, that would have a draw on an escort map. I would have really seen everything after that. It's the only thing
I've been a part of a lot of
of.
firsts in this game. That would be one that I would love to be a part of.
Shanghai's first win.
Shanghai's first win, first Wrecking Ball, there's a bunch of other things, I'm sure. But, well, see how this
Valiant's
goes.
first win after a long losing streak.
Very true.
Okay, Choi on 82, by the way, so he's really
Runaway's
ahead.
first win. Okay.
That's true. That was a big map as well.
Otino, Choice hit one, hack for a moment, but I mean the pulse bomb. He's got it up now.
Look at Eris. Eris 90.
On a Smurf, bubble popped, eats the accretion. They pull away from the cart for just a moment, letting that OT dwindle down. Prophet makes his way out. Manaboost goes forward on a Smurf. He pushes in past the barrier. He's trying to pressure him out. Yeah, I mean, he's 80 energy right now. Trying to get on top of the Immortality field. Take it down. Piggy dead. Jimmy out of the fight. Choice A1 still holding on to the pulse. But point A certainly looking capable right now for the side of the Dynasty.
Choi's gonna punch it. He's the only one.
Prophet is dead. Playing up onto the ramp. Choice A1 dropping down. Goes low. They look for the hack. He's got to recall out. Point A obtained. Soul Dynasty just gave himself a major win condition here.
Yeah, gigantic. And look, nothing Charge can really do about that. Sans getting this pulse bomb stick from Choi, and that would have to happen before Smurf rocks up with that nano. He had 86 energy plus a nano, just runs at Piggy, runs down Piggy.
Fitz dead. Tag onto him. Jimmy desperately trying to line up the headshot. Can't quite make it happen. Prophet comes into the fight, but he's just too damn low. He gets back Smurf. Kills himself off the right click, and it seems like this is going to be as far as it goes. Choice A1 finally lets the pulse bomb out. finds Iris. That is it. Just cresting up the top of the ramp is where the Guangzhou Charge need to get to.
It's Prophet 88, Fitz 98,
4-3,
Smurf 98 or something like that, and Vindame at 97. They were all a few percentage points away from getting the ultimate. Eris was 64 towards his next nano. So Soul just needed to hold on slightly longer. They would have had so many ults to play through. Jimmy catching Prophet, further members from Soul dying, Smurf, Suicide. The Guangzhou Charge hold, but they have to cap. The problem here is getting A at all is so much distance for 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's more than enough realistically. Now the other thing to consider here is that Soul can actually, depending on how many players die, they can, technically speaking, lose the A cap and still just barely have enough time to contest. Again, depending on who dies and when they die. What I also want to say is Soul probably should, I mean, obviously I don't think they should go for another spawn camp here. It's too dangerous. If they go for one and it fails, and inevitably they probably will fail with this kind of composition, they will be on the back foot. They need to slow the scam down, try and go for these picks, but otherwise slow it down to the place where Guangzhou Charge are going to be committed to the OT, and once the OT hits, that's when Soul needs to really pull through.
Gates have opened. The battle begins. Guangzhou Charge playing to keep themselves in this series and to finally take a map away from the Dynasty after having not been able to do it for years.
Jimmy, by the way,
forward on that corner.
I think he's going to be a very important member here, because if he finds a rail kill of any kind, this point blows open. He is the guy to get the charge across the line, in my opinion.
Prophet playing around the side, knows where Choice One is at. Prophet still, however, needs to be careful, needs to show respect. Choice One low, drops down straight into 30's space, and they find the kill.
Gotta be safe, can't overcommit. Soul cannot overcommit for more. One kill is fine. They've slowed it down. Now we go to OT.
Prophet diving in. Fitz lost, but Piggy now gone far away. A sliver of HP, the immortality field keeps him alive. Prophet breaking line of sight. He's just keeping the supports locked into place right now. Prophet, he's overstepping his body. His head flying.
Smurf is next.
Pulse bomb nearly at the ready. Smurf continuing to play up front. Desperately needs some heals, but Vindame says, "Nah, dog, I'm sorry. I gotta leave."
One more contest. They can do this. Charge unlikely to cap now. They might be able to cap, but Soul Dynasty can get one more good contest, and looking like possible ultimates. Choice to shut it down. Piggy is stuck on a Doom. He has no time to change. He has to play through the rest of this offense now on a Doom. Not ideal, but it must happen. All comes down to Choice. All comes down to the pulse. By the way, it can't get bubbled. Can't get bubbled.
He has not been spotted. He now opens up. They try to keep him at arm's length. 0.82 meters left to go before the 0.8 cap comes in. Xerneas the window, nearly at the ready. Pulse bomb goes wide, does not catch Piggy. Piggy down, Prophet finds the killer blade, pulled it. They just move away from it. They just move away from it for a split second.
The blade is just too scary. The blade was too damn scary.
The lack of reaction from this side of the Dynasty, I think they weren't even necessarily certain if they stepped away, had they given it up, or had they just won the map. Now they know. They are victorious, and it's a very anticlimactic end compared to what we wanted to see, compared to how this series is playing out. It's yet again a 3-0 the Dynasty walk away from, where it just doesn't feel like a 3-0.
Which is critical to the Charge. Credit to the Valley, but also to the Charge for both teams having a close 3-0. It feels like such an empty kind of compliment.
Sure.
The Charge were so close to winning maps today, it just wasn't quite enough. Paraíso, despite being a one-sided, eventually started to get a little bit closer, even though they could only play for a draw there. I actually think maybe the closest you'd have to say Circuit was definitely the closest, because they were literally on the final push to get there. And who knows, maybe if they don't step off, it could have been gone their way. It's really hard to say. City Center on Oasis was also extremely close for them. That you almost, after watching that, I was like, I think Charge might just win this map now, but Soul are just so reliable in those situations where even if they're down, cool, reset the mentality, reset the map, we're going to the next round, go fresh. And when they do that, Soul Dynasty, they just they came through and pounded.
I mean, they were all close. I mean, yeah, the round of Garden with Smurf just locking out the team, making sure the Guangzhou Charge could not get the touch to force out the overtime, just catching them all in that Graviton surge. The whole way throughout, this was damn close. Guangzhou Charge continued to look good, but we're at that point where these losses, it hurts so much for your chances to make it into the play-ins at this point. So this is definitely going to be a bit of a brutal blow for the Guangzhou Charge, especially after the Valiant just got their win in the previous series. But let's go ahead and talk about the man a little bit more, because god damn did he play well today, as he often does. It's Smurf, our player of the match. He's just give him whatever words we have. Give him Rookie of the Year. I don't care. Just give him every accolade we possibly can.
I think he's the best player in the world. I don't think he's proven that over every single match so far this year. As the only tank available on this team as well. So
if anybody thinks that he isn't the best tank player in the world, get your head checked, because there's something wrong with you. This guy, I think it's completely across the board, inarguable.
And it's not saying that he is the best at every single hero he touches, because I would argue, okay, Hanbin's the better Jungle Queen, probably the better Zarya too. That's not a hot take to have, but it's the flexibility. It's the fact that Smurf plays everything across the board to an extremely high level. A couple of other players have, maybe a couple of S tiers, but even if Smurf has every single hero at A, that's still more valuable because it gives you the flexibility to do whatever you want at an extremely high level. And then on top of that, look at the man's brain, like his knowledge and his intelligence in terms of his decision making, what to do, winning multiple situations for his team. It's just unprecedented how often he can just shift the tide like that. Even then, against like very strong tank players like Piggy, on heroes like Zarya, which has always been in the off-tank hero pool for these guys, and Smurf has had to learn this hero as a main tank player who mostly has played Winston in the past. That's super impressive. That's something he's only really started to do this year as a player. And beyond that as well, remember, even in his main tank career for the Shock, he was trading space with Super, so he wasn't even necessarily a starter back then. This has been a monumentous rise for a player that Seoul put all of their faith into. Their Prophet coerced in terms of, well, I say coerced in terms of how he convinced Smurf to join the team, and together they've been a dominant force, both MVP candidates for 2022.
It's been incredible to watch him today. I mean, to watch him the whole season throughout. Honestly, Smurf has just been an absolute treat. The purple block on the sound barrier every time. It's just chef's kiss to Smurf. Incredibly well-deserved player of the match for him. I think Prophet was definitely given a good shout with some of the Genji performances that we're seeing him put up there, but Smurf just has to take it at the end. Just incredible for the Dynasty. Yet again, they don't drop a map into the Guangzhou Charge, so add some more days to the tally. Well, actually,
I was going to say
they don't play against
Charge
again, right? So
the only other time that Charge can play Seoul now is if the Charge can also make it to LA to play the playoffs. If that doesn't happen, this record is not going to get broken until 2023. So that 455 days, add another crap ton of days to that if the Charge
whatever it is.
LA. So, yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, the Dynasty, they continue to get these 3-0 victories, only dropping one map so far during the Countdown Cup qualifiers, and it just seems like no one is really able to challenge them. I mean, they can challenge them, but they haven't been able to best them. But that does it from us. It has been an absolute wonderful, but also brutal evening, as it's now going on. Let me see, 12:30 for myself, 1:30 a.m. for Avril. So we need some much-needed rest because we're coming back tomorrow. We're not done yet. There's still one more day of matches here this week, so make sure you guys tune in, same place, same time, for 2 more action-packed series, because I gotta say it again, I love this meta. I think it's the best one that we've had all year long. It's been absolutely incredible to cast. But yeah, good night. We love you all. We'll see you here tomorrow.
See you again tomorrow. Awesome play. See you guys tomorrow. I hope so. Yay. Let's see, enjoy this first. Oh. Oh no. Jimmy. Looks good. Ooh, oh, awesome kills. Awesome. Oh, Molly died. Oh, gone. Ah, goodness. Oh. Deflect. He deflects. He just deflect. Woo. And he kills. Ah. That's so cool. That is so cool. Oh, Anna just killed Lucio. Good. Let's see. Ooh, sleep from the dot, and that's how they won. Later today, Saturday, 1st October, 3 PM, which is I'll be sleeping, but I'll be supporting this one. The 3 PM is actually my 3 AM, so I have to go to sleep. And thank you for joining the live stream together with me tonight. Okay, I just have to go to work on a Sunday, so have a good night, everyone. Awesome game. Actually, I'm not supposed to stream the live esports. Well, now I am downloading the pre-release contents while just playing it, before playing it. So, yeah. We'll see after downloading, and we shall see what content it is. And we shall play some Overwatch.